Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Inticast Lab. I'm your host Deepika, welcoming you back again with the most interesting topic. If I could ask you, what is the talk of the town nowadays? You will definitely say ChatGPT, generative AI, or the artificial intelligence, right? Yeah. So to talk on the same, we have Mr. Kamal Rupareliya on the show today. Hi, Kamal.
Hey Deepika.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to know from you about generative AI and its application into the businesses, especially how people can actually utilize it. So I'm ready with all my details.
I'm excited as well. This is the thing, we can just keep going on and on. There is no end to it. Um, there is no better time than this right now. So let's get started.
Right, right. Yeah. So, like so many topics since the introduction of OpenAI and ChatGPT and everything. So, to start with the basic, like what is generative AI actually and how it is different from traditional AI that we have been using since now?
So general artificial intelligence, like the traditional AI that works based on the predefined rules, all the algorithms and models that is being given them.
Right.
Generative AI differs because it creates a completely new outcome. Um, um, it learns from the previous patterns or whatever data fed to them,
Hmm.
and then whatever outcome comes is usually unique and very creative in the nature. And one way it is like kind of a self-evolving and self-learning aspect of
Right.
AI. And main thing is it creates original content such as text, images, videos, and relevant content.
Hmm.
And also, it can also learn from or mix and match different content that already exist or that's supposed to be existed in near future.
Correct, yeah. So basically, we need to give the training to the model based on natural language processing or large language models and everything. And that is how it helps us to create the new data. And that is how it is much more helpful to us, right? So,
That is
like
correct.
you mentioned, it generates text and videos and everything. So, how does it help into content creation, research, personalization, etc.? So, what could be the different modes of content basically that we could have with the help of generative AI?
So generative AI just started like we can say 2000 late 2022 it started, and 2023 is the year for generative AI. So we are very much in the beginning part of it, but still the phenomenal progress in last 8 to 10 months it has done. It impacted lot many industries.
Hmm.
So generative AI can first, it's like text content that is very popular right now. It can create like a blog post or some of the replies or customer service aspects of it. We can create social media content around it. We can also create like some of the business applications like product specification. We can give them some questions and they can describe the answers around it.
Hmm.
So FAQs about some websites, the website copy itself, um, a lot of things like job description and everything. So text is very important, right?
Right.
ChatGPT and lot of other tools are prominent on text creation. And then we
Right.
can have audio content. So
Hmm.
basic audio content works like text to speech. It can audio. It can also create like original music. It can also analyze data and work as a translator, like transforming audio in certain forms. Then there is a visual content. So
Hmm.
image generation, video modification, image editing and everything like DALI and Midjourney. Those are taking a big leap onto that area as well. Um, it also very much useful in 3D shapes that is coming along. So in 3D modeling, even gaming industry, creating the back scenes or multiplying the scenes, it is very much useful.
Hmm.
And another big thing, the last one, I would say that's a prominent is in the code generation. So autopilot, Copilot from GitHub that is making like big leaps, and Google is also coming up with its own version of new code generation. So those are the main areas Um,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
So applications are very vast, and I was just researching about multiple tools of generative AI, and there was one tool for audio. Like it was, if I give my voice sample, it can generate multiple podcasts or audio cast
yeah,
and everything in my own voice. So that is surprising for me, and I see the very fascinating future into this aspect.
that is a little bit dangerous territory as well, because for common people, it will be difficult to distinguish between real voice and fake voice. And
Correct.
even I hope, I mean, at one point, um, the the images are being created as an exact replica of the previous image. If voice can be there, it is a challenge for forensics as well. So
Correct. A
we'll
lot
see how
many
it evolves.
cases
Yeah.
of frauds could be there, or the ethnical challenge could be also there. Yeah, so let's talk about the better side of it with the applications and how we can actually get the better outcome out of it. So, like multiple industries are there. It could be like sales or marketing, wherein I can actually generate the script of the video or the podcast, or I can write a blog topic, or I can do the keyword analysis. I can generate the site map and lot many other things, right? So, how does it help into another industries like educations and healthcare and manufacturing?
Yeah, so every industry, they have their own applications. All of them uses content in different format. Either they are generating it, or either they are analyzing it, utilizing it. Um, like most of the business run on different contents.
Right,
Um, in education, I mean, that area needs to be evolved in big way. In last 5 to 7 years, that has made a big leap. But still, with the help of AI, personalization can be there in the area of education. That can go a long way. Also, some of the repetitive work, like creating different intelligent quiz based on the level of students, or if you are self-learning, then they can learn from your capabilities and give increase the difficulty as you grow.
right,
So that can be very much done on the fly. We don't need to like do any complex programming that we used to do, like quantifying the answers and everything. So that's how definitely education industry can
hmm,
benefit a lot. In healthcare, we know it, I mean, it can go with recommendation to guideline. There are other areas like travel, finance,
hmm,
the list can go on and on. Even in fashion industry, this 3D modeling, and the model, uh, the images that come back to you in
hmm,
different formats, or you can do the fashion designing, that can even help grow your business very effectively. The
right,
manufacturing, the predictive maintenance, that is a big area that I'm seeing with the help of generative AI.
hmm,
We can also utilize it in forecasting the demand and supply chain management, and making sure that inventory is being managed properly. So once this generative AI has a previous data, it can replicate the future models and try to analyze it very much thoroughly and in no time. Excuse me. So that helps accelerate the productivity very fast.
correct, correct. And I believe in each of these industries, customer service is the key aspect, and it helps to draft the content. It sends the personalized emails, personalized newsletters, or the marketing aspects, or the basic communication that we need to do. Likewise, how does it help into banking, insurance, and finance sector? Does it fine to have the applications of generative AI into it, or does it have any challenges, or how can we get the better outcome into it?
So one good part of generative AI is like it is very good in analyzing data as well. If you upload the documents, or if you give them set of data,
Hmm,
it can try to find out the patterns. So if we try to effectively utilize generative AI's skills to any industry, the fraud detection, the same thing as we are doing in manufacturing, right? Predicting the supplies and maintenance, same way we can do it in finance industry. It can analyze the large amount of data easily and accurately, so we can eliminate human errors. And a lot of the documentation, the finance is huge in documentation, right? So for some of the examples, it's like summarizing documentation in a simple ways for their end customers. And even other way around, like they give the requirements of compliance and they can generate the bunch of documentation, so it is easier for legal people to review it. So
Right.
there are a lot of areas that this can be very useful. Recommendation is another big industry that people usually rely on reviews. And right now, most of the people do manually. They just scan through reviews and read them. That is a tedious job. So if there are hundreds of reviews, they want to find out whichever are relevant to them, and based on them, they are making some decisions. But now, if we train the model with this chat gpt or any generative ai models, they
Right.
can give the summary of the review according to your own personal preferences.
Hmm.
So that makes it super productive for anyone, to analyze and make fruitful decisions.
Right, right. So likewise, like entertainment industry is also having a huge impact into it. I was just handling one of the projects of NFT, and into that, like we implemented generative AI to create the art actually. So that's wonderful. Like artist role is also not there, and people can enter into that. Obviously, there are certain challenges, but yeah, implications and applications are there into it. There are certain video and advertisements that I was watching, and it was actually being generated through this. A lot many movies, sample of movies and trailers are also created with the help of this. So I believe like industry is huge if we make the good impact and good outcome out of it, right?
For some people, it's good. For some people, it's not so good because their
Right.
job and livelihood is at stake.
Right.
But I mean, that's part of evolution. You just need to adapt, right?
Yeah,
Um,
so that was my next question. Like, does it really taking the jobs, or it has the more evaluation into it, or it will do the add-ons into the jobs of the people? How it will
That's a
go?
good question. Right now, I mean, we see impact, but impact is not that big.
Hmm.
But people are foreseeing it. In near future, we will see the impact. But fortunately, people are adaptive. So if certain type of jobs will not be required, then new jobs will be created.
Right,
So I'll give you a couple of example. In condition for anyone to create a good image using Mid Journey, that is a skill required. They need to give the right prompt.
right,
So, like a lot of people are trying, but it is extremely difficult, even or
hmm,
time consuming if you don't know, or if you don't have right skills to generate images or per certain type of text, right?
right,
So the skill will, I think, transform from one area to another area. I don't see, like, I mean, with any new technology or industry, there is little bit of inconvenience. And
hmm,
like change will be slow and little painful. But once things comes out, it will be really really good. I mean, one example is like when animated movies were coming, uh, people were it was very mixed. People, some believed that it will replace the whole industry of the movie, but it did not happen. Movie industry is still there. And humans are still acting in the movies, right? It's not like animated movies have taken over everything. So similar to here, both of them have their own place, and it will just be a faster growth, nothing else.
correct, correct. Yeah, so like I could say that generative AI is definitely a wise, but it needs people, intelligent people who can operate it
Yep.
to get the better output out of it, right? So like there are most of the impacts that we talked about, like it helps to generate the better results. It helps in resource utilizations and generate smart codes and everything, right? So what could be the biggest challenge into it if we see any?
I mean, the biggest challenge right now is it's about ethical considerations, right?
Correct.
So you just cannot, let people go because of the profitability, and then you find something has been replaced. You need to have sustainable plan around it.
Hmm.
And same thing, these are like the frauds that might happen. Imposters will arise in the industry. They will just try to replace the genuine people and genuine originality. The
Right.
data and privacy is also a big concern and challenges, because imagine that some of your employees are just researching about, um, probably, or they are working on resume, and then someone asks ChatGPT what the attrition rate of that company. They include all of the people who are just researching or making resume. Then that is a wrong information. And
Mm.
so you also need to know how your name goes out there, and what are the implications. And
Correct.
again, AI is AI, so the original content have their own values, but it depends on the people's focus and everything. So all in all, privacy, ethical concerns, the security similar to like imposters and everything. Uh, those are challenges the AI is facing right now.
Right, right. And I believe there should be certain laws and rules that has been created for the better usage of it into the coming years. Right. So
Yeah.
any keynote that you would like to share to the audiences who are trying to learn about generative AI or who would like to go into this field or how they can implement into their business?
So this is a new field. So before any business would like to adapt it, they need to just weigh the possibility of ROI and what impact it will be making in their business. Because everyone is doing it, um, generative AI might not be the suitable for you and your business all the time. Another
Correct.
thing is that data, you need to protect your data before you send out all of your key information just to analyze or just to get crafted replies or anything like that. You need to consider probably, it is self-learning, so we don't know how much data it is retaining and when it will come back in different format, right? So
True,
yeah.
true. Definitely, yeah. So thank you so much for sharing so many good informations, and I believe it would be helpful to the audiences and to everyone. Yeah, if anyone would like to get in touch with you, I'm sharing the contact details of you over here into the comment box. So
Sure
uh,
thing.
feel free to coordinate and get the more insights out of it. Thank you so
No,
much
it
for
was
being.
always pleasure, and very, very enjoyable talks. So
Thank you.